The magicians caught dead. Blake, I've got bad news for you. The necromancer will die today, said his employer, Fate, Argent Lumia, knowing full well the father would need time to get used to his son's death. How? Asked the crying father. The police will shoot him, said Fate. Have a drink, man, you need it, said Fate, handing Blake a drink he made appear out of thin air. Not long later, a desperate father, with nothing to lose, stood on the scene of his son's death crying, driven insane by the death of his son. What are you doing here, Dad? Asked Blake's son. Seeing him crying, he hugged him. What is it, Dad? Asked the son. I came to save your life. You were going to be shot by the police here and die, said the father. I'm touched, said the shocked son. Go run, boy, now, said Blake. They are here, listening to us. The necromancer disappeared into thin air. Police piled in the room. Blake knew if he tried anything, he would be dead too. Mortimer, don't move, or you are dead, said a policeman he recognised as his great-uncle Reynard, or Simon. I will give up peacefully, said Blake, who looked human and was masked. He was dressed in a black shirt and trousers, knowing he'd be seen. He was disguised. At the police station, he was unmasked and grilled. They fingerprinted him under guard and made him do a mugshot like a common criminal. They mocked him, saying, Why so grim, Mortimer? He was the king of the Grim Reapers. He stayed silent, knowing they would know soon who he really was. When some fool recognised him. How is Mortimer going? Asked Blake's great-uncle. He's not talking, and his mugshot is a hit. In the station, said a detective at the station who was Simon's friend. That's unethical, said Simon. You haven't seen it, said the detective, showing it to his friend. Oh my God, no, it's him, said Simon, recognising him. Simon stormed out of his office and found Mortimer sitting at his desk, under guard, sipping a hot coffee. Mortimer? That Simon. Mortimer looked shocked and ashamed. Come with me now, said Simon. His guard tried to follow them. You stay, said Simon to the guard. He's dangerous. You may need help, said the guard. I can defend myself, said Simon. It's your neck, Sarge, said the guard. Mortimer and Simon walked into Simon's office. It's you, said Simon. He was shocked. I could deny it, said the contrite king of the dead. Blake, why are you lying about who you are? Asked Simon. You know why I am, said Blake. I didn't know you even cared about him, said Simon. I'm a father, of course I care about him, said Blake. He was going to be murdered by your police. I came to save him or die for him. You are a coroner. You are police too. Boy, said Simon. Not now, said Blake. They still are, said Simon. You know as well as I do I've been caught dead. I'm nothing but a dead man, and I've been protecting a killer. I'm as bad as him, said Blake. I understand that, but why are you usurping the job of emperor of our people? The dead can't rule our empire. You know that, said Simon. I was wondering when you'd ask me that, said Blake. Well, said Simon. A policeman opened the door. What do you want? Asked Simon shortly. We've identified him. You won't believe who he is, said the policeman. Blake looked awkward. He is Blue Midnight, the leader of the magicians, and Dr. Alexander, the coroner who hangs around here. Why didn't we recognize him? Said the policeman. Blake looked even more awkward and nervous. I know who he is. You haven't seen Blake without a mask or glasses before, Simon said shortly. We caught him in a mask. Why didn't we recognize him? Said the policeman. Blake was in a different mask, said Simon. Do you know about him? Asked the policeman. He lied to me too, said Simon Hurd. Why did he pose as two men? Mortimer and Blue Midnight. I thought they were just friends, not one man, asked the policeman. That's classified information, said Simon. You don't know either, said the policeman. No, go away, I need to question my nephew. Oh, the other's looking for his son, said Simon. His son? Which one? He has two, asked the policeman. The enchanter, said Simon. Oh, that one. Why? Said the policeman. He's the necromancer, said Simon. Blake looked sad and hoped his son would escape them. There was a strange noise in the other room. Blake and Simon pushed past the policeman to investigate it. Lance? Said Blake, seeing the enchanter walking up to him. Get him. That's the necromancer, said Simon. Hello, Dad. Sorry I was late, said the enchanter. You bloody lunatic. What are you doing here? Asked Blake. I came to save you, you idiot, said Lance. He's not the necromancer, he's the enchanter. He's a friend of the police, said the detective. You idiot. He's here to save his father Mortimer, said Simon. Lance reached out to his father and grabbed his arm and teleported away with him. They're gone, Simon shouted shortly. Why did the enchanter steal Mortimer? The detective asked. And you call yourself a detective? Hissed Simon, storming into his office and slamming the door so hard the window in it smashed. Hey, thank you, Dad, said Lance when they appeared in the afterlife dimension. You psychopath. You don't just stroll into the police station when everyone knows you aren't their friend, hissed Blake shortly. You're welcome, Dad, said Lance, laughing. Blake frowned at Lance and then gave him a hug. It's good to see you are all right, said Blake. Someone's waiting for us, said Lance. Who? Asked Blake, breaking away from the hug. A portal appeared beside them. They walked into it. You, said Blake, puzzled, seeing a man standing beside his other son, Tempest, the timekeeper. Yes. Me, said Simon. Why are you here? Are you here to get us back? Asked Blake. No, I organised your escape, said Simon. Why? Blake asked. You are my family. You may not be my leader, but I don't betray family, said Simon. I think we're here for a reason which is more than just a family reunion, said Blake. As always, you're right, Dad, said Tempest. Why are we here? Asked Blake. We are here to undo the past, said Tempest. How? Asked Blake, worried he'd have to lose Lance. Simon is going back to warn Lance and you away from the place where you were caught and Lance was going to die. So none of this happens, said Tempest. Will we trust him? Asked Blake. We can but hope. If not, we have all of time to fix it, said Tempest, chuckling. Go into that portal, Uncle Ray. The timekeeper pointing at a portal near them. Simon walked into the portal and was gone.